Shalom. I want to say Kalala Liamla, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Washem Kodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Kim pushing this word sincerely and in truth. This is Kazak, Ashar, and Shapal from GMS Jamaica. Shalom. And today we'll do a quick lesson on this this Jamaican Canadian lady. She basically go on a 4-minute rant. However, we just gonna get just a small portion of the video, and we're gonna just put the full video at the end of the lesson. Alright, so we're just gonna go right into it.
I'm sick of it. So I'm not telling any Jamaican, and I'm not telling anybody, because they always mistake when you complain. And for those of you who are going to come and say, why don't you leave? I'd love to. And sometimes it's not that easy. When you get to my age and you put in so much time and you work hard to achieve certain things, and when you see it slipping through your hand, if you don't stay on the plantation, it is very scary. So you end up staying longer than you should. I'm sick of this life.
Yeah, so so basically that's one of the things that we shall complain about, the fact say the way how this society set up, you have to constantly at work, just go, right? Because if you have to stop work and you still have certain debt or certain things to deal with, you basically lose everything. For example, your house, right? If you don't pay off your mortgage, you can lose your house. And there's a thing with even the mortgage settings that if you miss a certain payment, the payment cycle or whatever you pay before get disannulled. So you end up a start over your payments. And them not gonna really tell you. Them not gonna tell you say your payment start over yo. As me say you did that pay for years upon years upon years and things say you finally finish and them just come take your house. See? So and yeah, that is the reality, especially in the big first world country them like America, Canada, and other countries around the world. So with people stuck in a constant state of slavery, yeah, because that basically slavery. If you basically build a house or own a house, or you not even say own it, because in this society you really can't own anything. See, but yeah, you build a house and you have to constantly at work, or else you're not gonna be able to live in it. See me, and that go back to even the curses. Yeah, go on.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? You don't want to jump to 23.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when you read that, if you can find the one that says you're not gonna have no assurance in your life, can you? I think that further down in like the 60 something.
Alright, give me a minute. Where should I start? It's 66. Let's get the point. Deuteronomy 20 verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life.
Yeah, because you work for years upon years upon years, and one small mistake can make you lose everything where you put in all of that work for. A lot of people can't even can't even retire because pension and savings not even enough to keep you for the rest of your life. You don't know how long you're going to live after you retire. So that's just how the system set up. It is not set fairly for everybody. You know what I mean? And if you dip on a certain level, if you know continue being a slave, continue slaving out, right? You either go end up on the streets or or some deplorable state. You know? Go on. We read it out before. If that done.
Yeah. It says, curses again, Deuteronomy 28, verse 23. Say, and the heavens that is above thee, that is over thy head, shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Alright, the living situation, as we say, especially in America and these first world countries, is like a iron ceiling, as the scripture said. Is mortgage, rent, insurance, food prices, medical costs, the cost to support your family, seeing savings. You cannot not everybody able to save to a certain level where you can get enjoy certain comforts of this world. And the Most High created the earth to be enjoyed. Seeing as you go back, as you're going at the word Eden, which basically means earth. Yeah, sorry, Eden basically means paradise. Seeing, and the earth is Eden. Alright, the earth is Eden. The land of Israel is the garden that was set eastward in Eden. Yeah, so the earth is made for to be enjoyed, to be lived. That's why the Most High created the way that it is. Seeing, yeah, we're supposed to be able to enjoy the oceans, enjoy the land, enjoy nature, right? But guess what? You can't. It's either you're stuck in the concrete jungle, which is places like Kingston, right, where it is every now and then you're able to see, to hear a river, or to hear peace and quiet. When you're in Kingston for a very long time, and you go to the rural areas, your wake up is like a different atmosphere, a different ambience. The place much quieter, much slower. Seen, but the way this system is built, you have to the town areas in order to be able to make certain ends meet, so to speak. Yeah, that's something, Mark. I have a precept.
I have a precept in our guy. This is our guy 1. Let's see.
106.
106, yeah. So our guy 1 and 6 said, ye have sown much, but bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Alright.
And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with hole.
Yep. An next precept tells us we're subjected to payments. So as I make a little money, it's either gone into bills, or you have to pay your insurance, or you have to pay your rent. Or you have to you have to put aside something to take care of your family, right? That's and guess what? When you go to booms and you put the money towards all of that, you have to go there again. See, a lot of people left Jamaica and in America, they have to work 2 or 3 jobs to even make a little money out. Out in the cold, 10-12 hour shifts. Seeing like it is the norm out here in Jamaica, it is normal for work like the standard then is 40 hours a week. But in America, a lot of people push for do at least 60, 70 or even 80 hours a week. We're out here, so that not even legal. Like a company cannot, you're not supposed to have 80 hours upon your pay slip. in some sense. I'm not 100% sure if it's illegal, but me hear say your company them can get in a trouble for that. You see me? Basically slavery.
They say how into a bag with holes because once you get the pay and certain tax get drawn out of your money, it's become like a basically the last.
Yeah.
And you get paid and wonder, you have to backtrack. You know what I mean? To see how the money spent, how much you get, how much, before it even reach your hand, there's so many tax draw out of your pay, man. It's like,
I don't know. So when you start to spend that money, the amount of tax on things you spend the money on as well.
It's,
This is Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 22. It says, "For what hath man of all his labour and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he had labour under the sun? For all his days are sorrow, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity."
Yep. Yeah. So a lot of people can't even rest, as me say. You come off of one job, you sleep for like 30 minutes, and you have to go on again for the next job. That is the reality for a lot of people.
just glad to the scripture brother bring out. It is vanity because at the end of the day you can't say nothing will work.
Yeah.
In ancient Israel you used to work for 6 years and then the 7th year you go free.
You go free.
And then you have enough, you would have enough to basically venture out by your own, to sustain it, and build yourself. When in society, you take what? Even a month if you get a daily wage, if you get the wages basically. Because some places are not
Pay monthly.
Some pay fortnight, which is 2 weeks, some pay weekly. You know what I mean? So when you really work and at the end of the day, with all of these bills, car payments, internet, telephone, and all these taxes, once you really sit down and say, okay, you're retire, when you really look, all the work you do over the years is just vanity, nothing sure.
Nothing for sure.
Nothing at all sure.
Especially over in Port Antonio, right where we come from. A lot of jobs basically are jobs where like school children just leaving schools, and that them would apply to and get, but you have those jobs basically flooded with all sorts of people. You have old people where women will have 3 pitney and them something there, right? In those jobs there, right? 15 are minimum wage.
Yeah, right now it's hard for even get a simple because different type of people fill up the jobs them, and the thing with enough of the employers them don't want to hire too much people either because them want to keep the money in them pocket. So what them do, them hire like 2 people and give them the job of 4 people to do. You see me? Which slave you out again. So all around it just go right back to the curses. It just go right back to the curses. You see me? And these things are why you're not gonna have assurance in your life because you have to work so hard. You see me? Your body will feel it. You know what I mean? Your body will tell us you have to slow down, but guess what? You can't slow down because so if you stop, if you take a small break, you lose it all. You see me? Or you end up back at square one. You see me? Yeah, and going back to even the curses. You know what I mean? This Deuteronomy 28 and 48. 28 and 48.
This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 48. It said, "Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Yep.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yep. Yep. You know, back in Israel, as the brother bring up as an example, you know what I mean, our people never did pay rent and them thing there. Nowadays, you have people who have the money, buy up all of the land, build cluster homes, which is against the scriptures. Every man supposed to have their own land and their own quarters, yo. See? Yeah. And rent it out. You see me? So in order for you even have a home over your head, you have to constantly go, you know, and put in the work. You see me? You can go up to 33, same chapter.
Verse Deuteronomy 28, verse 33.
Can feel
said
like 6 and 14 if you
So the fruit of thy labor and all thy labor, so like the fruit of thy land and all thy labor, shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
You see me? Yeah, the fruit of thy land. Yeah, when it comes to even certain resources where the Jamaica, for example, you know what I mean, and even over in Africa, Haiti, you know, them country feel it when it comes to them thing, because the natural resources them way could have even you know, be profitable to the people, you know, is not really profitable to the people. You know what I mean? It will benefit other nations, right? Foreign investors are coming and get the gains. You know what I mean? And another point we did actually want to bring up as well is the economy. See me? As the brother did speak about, you know, wages and so forth. You know, the economy is play a part, you know, in our people's sufferings as well. You know what I mean? And as men of the Lord, you know, we know exactly why our economy is the way it is. You know what I mean? We've seen the documentaries, we see all of the information. You know what I mean? We basically get placed in this economic trap, seeing where we're not supposed to be so self-sustainable in any way, shape, or form. You see me? Jamaica is not the only country where these things get done to. You know what I mean? Them things get done to other countries all over the world, especially where Jake dwell. Yeah.
This is Isaiah 51 verse 14. So the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed.
Right, so them when most of them in a captivity, example, the men of the Lord, right, the elect, yeah, we are haste to be loosed out of this prison house. See, but people who don't even know say them in a captivity, them just know say them see a certain lifestyle and they want to live that lifestyle. So them not see nothing wrong with putting in the work, them not see nothing wrong with, you know, being a slave in this system. Yeah? Them now wish to be loose from it. Continue.
So the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor his bread shall fail.
Right, but guess what? One of Jake's motto is get rich or die trying. You see me? Make the money at any cost or at any means.
Micah
Yeah.
6 and verse
14.
This is Micah 6 and verse 14. So thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied. And thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shall not deliver. And that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword.
Okay.
You got it?
Go on, me.
He said, thou shalt sow, but thou shalt not reap. Right. So thou shalt tread the olives, but shall not anoint thee with oil. and the sweet wine, but thou shalt not drink wine. It says, that's how you want?
Yeah, yeah, that's the point. Is me? It's very straightforward precept, and I really have to go in, do much into that. Is me, speaking upon that. You did I hold something before?
Yeah, we have kind of our Micah 10, same place, verse 10. It says, Micah 6 and verse 10, it says, are the treasures of the wicked in the house, treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scanty measure that is abominable. Say, shall I count them pure with the wicked balance and the bag of deceitful wit? Speaking about this currency that we have now, because as you may know, the elites are the one who determine what is currency.
Yeah.
Right? As we discussed the other day, that when say for instance in England, when they say £100 or such, that's supposed to be the weight in gold. When you go back to Goldsmiths or the new store, whole gold, and then give you basically a receipt. Any amount of gold that they have in their possession for you. You understand? So that's where money, originate. And at the end of the day, the gold is been taken from the value, so all you left with is paper. Useless paper.
Right.
And then now you have these FRN, Federal Reserve Notes, especially America. It's not backed by anything, the petrodollar, but it's what they call a fiat currency. You know what I mean? It's just because people actually believe in it,
right,
why it have any value whatsoever. So that's why the scripture mentioned a bag of deceitful wit. You understand? And at any time it can inflate, you know what I mean, and then your cash becomes nothing. So what are you really working for, man? Because when you really look on men like the scripture tell about Abraham, that was wealthy in servants, basically livestock.
Servants, livestock, land, gold, silver.
Those are real wealth. Those are real wealth, man. Gold, silver, land, livestock, and servants. Understand? But them take that away from you and then give you a few Federal Reserve notes.
Okay.
As
I mentioned, Abraham, there's this series called Yellowstone. I don't know if your brother them familiar with it. Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. The point where I try to get out of it is them family, the Dutton family, them own a huge ranch. When I say huge, I mean acres upon acres, I think either 200 or 2,000 acres of land, brother. There's land as far as the eyes can see. In order to get from one point to the next, you have to literally drive. You know what I mean? And one of them main thing is livestock. You see me? Them sell livestock for meat or whatever other use, to other them basically is a supplier. You see me? That did actually make them a powerful family within that region. Amount of land with them own. So hopefully this was edifying. Hopefully brothers get something from this. As I said, we're gonna put the full video of the lady rant at the end of the lesson. So with that, I want to say, Kalala Limla, Yahweh Now Shai, Bashim Kodash, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the King pushing this race sincerely and in truth. Shalom.